Welcome to the Laptop Lifestyle Dad Show. I'm your host, Jeff Ross, the caffeinated kangaroo from Down Under, here to help you navigate the wild world of social selling and AI mastery. Whether you're a frustrated affiliate marketer, an inspiring coach, or a seasoned network marketing pro, you're in the right place. And each week we'll be deep diving with key experts from the online business world, sharing their tips and tricks and stories to help you elevate your game. Plus, I'll be serving up some quick coaching episodes packed with actionable insights to keep you ahead of the curve. So grab your favorite cuppa, sit back, and let's hop into another episode. Welcome to the journey of mastering the art of social selling and AI while balancing life as a laptop lifestyle legend. Let's get started and enjoy the show. G'day guys, it's Jeff Ross here, your caffeinated kangaroo, bouncing to your screen, and I'm back to full bounce. It's been a bit of a ride this last couple of weeks, and got back from Thailand and got pretty sick, and then thought I got over that, and then I got hit again. But it wasn't just me this time; it was the whole house. And I don't know. I've never had 5 days of a really bad gastro bug. Like 2 days, maybe, 5. But anyway, probably a bit of TMI going on right now. Thank you very much for all of your patience, guys, and your love and your prayers and everything else in between. We appreciate you. I appreciate you. And I know my good mate, Dave. Dave, smile for us.
Yeah, good on you. Yeah.
I know Dave's just had he's been out of action for the last week, but it looks like he's got some pearly whites. Was the reason for his. And Dave says he's forgotten to smile, so we need to teach Dave how to smile again, make him laugh again, so he can show us those chompers. But it's good to have you back on board, mate.
No, thank you. I'm sure I'll get plenty of practice after this little round. That's why I jump on with you guys. So plenty of practice of laughing and smiling. So that'll be good.
Yeah, Bruno says the worst experience of his life, man. Like, yeah, it was pretty rough that last week. I ended up in hospital not once but twice on fluids because I got myself so dehydrated. It was not fun at all. But yeah, anybody who's going through any sort of health challenges at the moment, my prayers go out to you because, you know, it does. It knocks us around, right? It really puts us out of our kilter, out of our norm. But in that time, it's also an opportunity to sit back and reflect, right? And I had a lot of time, you know, thinking between showers and all of that sort of stuff, and got really present to the impact that the three of us here are having on the world, and in the social selling and AI space, in our own little small piece of the world, and what we're doing and what we plan to do. And these panels here with myself, with Jade and Dave, are your opportunity for us to get to know us, but for us to serve you. And so this is going to be a weekly podcast episode as well, which will be hosting up on our new podcast, which is now, drum roll please, now published on the LA Tribune Podcast Network. Huge milestone. And really, really honored to be a part of that amazing group of collective of podcasts. So if you go now to laptn.com, Jade might want to drop that in the comments there. People could go and check out the amazing podcast shows that are hosted there in the network, and you'll see the caffeinated kangaroo and the laptop lifestyle dad show there amongst the amazing podcast shows. And upcoming next week, so fast forward a week from today. Now, I know it's crazy hours, and yes, I'm going to have to get up crazy hours too. I believe it's like 4 a.m. Sydney time. There's going to be from 4 a.m. Sydney time to about 9 a.m. Sydney time, we're doing a podcast summit, which my good friend Karen Hall has put together, and is going to be bringing it all together there to be able to help us to showcase these amazing podcasts. But for anybody who's looking to start a podcast, to be able to get into the podcasting world, or you're already in there and you're wanting to learn a few new tips and tricks and strategies, this is going to be a place to be able to get those resources and tools and tips. So make sure you come along to the podcast summit. But hey, Jade, why are we all here today? We wanted to talk about AI and AI branding and authenticity, and you look, you're our branding queen, and you know, so I want to throw it over to you for a second, and you know, let's just spend some time here and giving some sort of, you know, your top tips on how to leverage AI to create an amazing brand. But the big thing I hear about at the moment in the social selling and in Facebook land, is AI can't be used to help create authentic brands. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's a load of bull.
Me too.
Yeah.
And I knew exactly that's what would come out of your mouth. That's why I asked the question.
It is though, right? You know, with Dave's help and with your help, like I've been able to go deeper into my branding and
Right.
really bringing out that authenticity and, you know, training ChatGPT or any other, you know, AI platform that you love to actually speak like you.
Mm.
Like, I dropped the F bomb multiple times. If you don't know me by now, I am the F bomb girl. And I've been able to create my content with I call it chatty, with ChatGPT. And he's just like, let's fucking go. Like he's talking like me now, and he's, you know, it's really moved up. Just everything that I'm doing, like it's actually created so much content for me
Mm.
that I no longer have to even think about it. I just give it the ideas on what I want to be talking about, and it just comes out with top-notch content that I'm getting so much engagement from. Um, and it's really making an impact, a very bold impact, of course. And that's what I want to be known for, right?
Yeah.
And I'm authentic as fuck. And I help build other people's brands, right? I see it so often, you know, in the network marketing industry and the affiliate industry. People don't actually know how to build a personal brand. And
Yep.
I'm like, you know what? It's really simple. Just show up as you and be consistent. And, you know, use AI once you have taught it and learnt in what it needs to learn to be able to speak like you, which is where your course and the Bigger, Better, Best program comes in, Jeff. And Dave with your AI chatbots, like it takes all that hard work out for you.
Mm.
It just makes everything so much easier. But you can put in as much as you want. And if you don't like it, you can say, nope, nope, nope. That's not how I want it. This is how I want it. And it will correct that and it will memorize that, right? If you've got I think that only happens on the paid. I'm not sure if it's on the free version or not.
Yeah, only on the paid. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's well worth that investment every month, right?
Yeah.
Whatever platform you're on. It's changing the game for everything. It's helping you build your brand. It's helping you find your niche, you know, what the pain points are of your target market, who your target market is, you know, what keeps them up at night, what is, you know, everything, you know, what do they need help with? What do they need support with?
Yeah.
And you can create content that speaks volumes to people.
Mm.
And that's all part of building your personal brand.
Mm. As Bruno's here in the comments, he's saying, you know, consistency is key to it all, and I've got to agree with you there, Bruno, because like that was one of the key elements that I struggled with before using AI, and like I've been an online marketer for 16 years, and to be able to, you know, keep consistent, not just with the content, but with the same voice, the same tonality, not and it's not me trying to fake it either way. Like, but to try and bring that grammar, to try and bring that personal brand elements through consistently day in, day out, you know, it gets hard. And AI helps us to basically get us out of our own way and supports us in that space. And it's basically been a godsend for me. You know, Dave, you've come along the ride for, you know, the last, you know, 12, probably actually even 18 months now, you know, these early days of AI and ChatGPT when it first launched. And, you know, you've evolved as you've grown out of that space. And, you know, so much so now that you are our go-to AI resident when it comes to all of our tools and, the custom GPTs and all of that sort of stuff that we have to offer in this space now. What would be your 2 cents around branding? Has AI helped evolve your brand? Has it served you?
Disclaimer for medication, but fuck yeah. Of course it has. It's actually made me smarter, which is kind of funny, but probably wasn't real hard for it to make me smarter. But anyway, it's just the way that you can put so much information into it and get so much back out of it. And I mean, first and foremost, I'll do a plug because nobody else is going to just yet. But anybody who's on this and watching and really wants to learn how to do this, spend your $250 or your $750 and jump in and join Jeff's course. Like, it'd just be crazy not to, because once you've got those basics and the leaps and bounds that these LLMs are having at the moment, there's just going to be no stopping you. Personal brand, always content, just everything. Like, basically, you can plan your life with an LLM. It's just crazy. And I seen a video the other day of little robots out in a rice paddy in China somewhere, planting rice and all that sort of stuff. So it's only a matter of time, and we need to jump on the bandwagon and make our lives easier. Take the bull by the horns, or the I don't know, the robot by the chip or whatever, and and get involved and learn how to embrace it, and make your life so much easier. Like, you can just think, the productivity. I mean, you can look at it a couple of ways. You can train your staff, you can train yourself, you can get better production out of it, which therefore allows you to be, in your genius zone, which is what we always try and focus on, which is what you taught us, Jeff, and, do what you love to do. And if you're smart enough and you don't need to do that, well, go play golf or something on Friday. Like, these tools can just give you so much time back, or spend some extra time with your family. Like, take advantage of it. I was actually a little bit off track, but there was a post that got put up yesterday on Facebook, and I commented on it, and it was about building an AI, and I just had some guy who kept repeatedly saying that he doesn't need AI and this and that and something else, and I just got to the point where I just said, well, basically, mate, you answered my question that you won't accept it and won't embrace it. Basically, you're an idiot. And that's my opinion, and I'll stick to it, because anybody that won't embrace it, as far as I'm concerned, is an idiot. That's just crazy.
Well, it seems crazy to us, right? But that's because we're pioneers and early adopters, and we've got to realize that everybody falls into different stages of the game. To be honest, when Facebook first came out, I was 2 years before I jumped on it. I thought everybody who jumped onto Facebook when it first came out were crazy and idiots, but look at it now. I've come to learn how to have to swallow my pride and get out of my own way several times, during my own journey. And that's what some others have to do, right? It's just they're not there yet in their own journey to be able to see the possibilities, the future, but how it can really serve them. I've been in a massive conversations, similar conversations like that, Dave, over the last 6 months since I launched our book. I've got a few authors up in arms saying that, how could you use AI to help you to write a book in 4 hours? You must have cheated. Well, what they don't realize is I actually didn't get AI to write me a book. I got it to help me write a book. And it's that key word, right? Help. And it's just the same with developing our brand. I've got a good friend, Sarah Chevrolet. She's been playing around with these amazing AI images, these portraits. What she did with me with Star Wars, it turned me into a Jedi with Yoda on my shoulder, and that poster there of the Star Wars poster, like, that was next level epic. And I've just found, if you can embrace AI in this space, for me, and I know for you guys as well, it's turned up our creativity energy. It's like the dial has been turned up. We've gotten out of our own way in essence, and we're leveraging AI to enhance what was already there, not replace, but to bring out the best of us, to enhance that. And it's like it's just another tool, but you could put that same hammer into a carpenter's hand and get a shed, get a house.
But if you take that same hammer and you put it into a master tradesman's hands, you'll get the cathedrals. You'll get some amazing joinery, you know, like that nobody else could do in the world. And that's it, right? AI is.
Yep.
We just
It sounds like he's gone.
Jeff? Oh,
Maybe we lost the boss. Oh, well, the
he'll be
kids will
back
have
in a
to play
minute.
again. We hope so. If I can hear him.
Sorry, what was that?
There he is. We lost
There
him.
he is. Yep,
Okay.
yeah, we lost him altogether. Oh, that's all right.
He'll be back.
Yeah, but I mean, he's right, and that's the thing. It is about, you know, everybody being on, you know, a different stage of their journey, but it just amazes me the ignorance of people, you know, that aren't even, you know, bothered to embrace it or, you know, try and at least, you know, learn a little bit about it before they just go up in arms and say, no, 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 no. Anyway, on that note, back to the boss man, because
Well, it looks like I'm back. It looks like I dropped out and I've come back and I was rambling on. I don't know where I got cut off, but that's
a long time ago.
You guys have got
technology, right?
Thank God I made you guys co-host.
Exactly.
It's like you covered the show. So yeah, what I was saying is, you know, we could put a same tool into a master tradesman's hands and get a cathedral, or we could put it into a carpenter's hands and we could only get a house. And so that's just a tool. So Dave, you know, I know I've been working with you for a while now in this space. What are some of your top tips to be able to help really correct AI when it's off-brand? Like, I know you've got a word that you use. You tell Chatty or something. That...
Yeah, you can just simply say that's cringe.
That's cringe.
And it'll understand and it'll take it. But I guess the biggest thing is, well, not really the biggest thing, but a few other things is, I guess, you know, using quotations when you want something specific. And it's all about setting up the prompts, which people will get some access to a few more layouts of, you know, from prompt engineering that I've been learning and stuff like that. And it's about, you know, setting the tone, telling it what you want it to do, being very clear on what you want it to do. And if you don't like it, just, you know, a lot of people will say, have a conversation with it. And yep, for mum and dad, that's probably okay, but you probably don't want to just have a conversation with it. You just want to be direct with it and say, hey, dude, yeah, that's not good enough. This is what I want. And that's the other thing. Actually explain to it what you want, because it is a machine and it is actually learning what you want. So the more that you can teach it, the more it's going to represent you.
Yeah. Look, I'm all for having a conversation once it's educated, you know, and having that once it's got the expertise that it needs to be able to serve me. But you've got to be able to give it the employee handbook first off, to be able to understand how it can serve you best, right? So yeah, like this whole conversation, you know, that's floating around in the AI world at the moment, basically have a two-way conversation with Chatty and get it to ask you questions so he can serve you best. I found that is only a principle to play out once you've laid the foundations. If you go do that with a clean slate and it's got nothing to really sort of, you know, build off, that doesn't serve you. And so that comes with a word of warning. Yes, it can be a very powerful way to use ChatGPT, but I think like what people forget is there are people out there still that are just going on to ChatGPT for their first experience. And, you know, people who are going around saying that, you know, go and just, you know, chat to GPT as a two-way conversation, they've already been using ChatGPT for 18 months. And so that we've got to always remind ourselves that we're talking to, what is it? Caterpillars versus butterflies. And so we've got to always come back to our caterpillar language and put ourselves into where people are at. And look, you know, ChatGPT can be, or Claude even, can be a very powerful tool in that space. Like one of the tips I'll throw before I throw it over to Jade. Jade, I wanted you to come up with some of your tips on how to leverage Chatty in this space as well. But one of the ones that I'll share with you is, now this comes from the premise that you've already laid the solid foundation. You've already given it your niche audience. You've already given it your brand elements. You've already given it your mission statements, your core values, all of that sort of stuff, right? Like your employee handbook, right? So it already knows how to serve you. But one of the things that I've been playing around with, you know, as I'm developing my online church, is I'm now getting it to say, right, okay, now you with all of these X, Y, Z elements, I want you to act like Rick Warren from Saddleback Church or Bill Hybels from Willow Creek or, some of these other sort of really big churches around the world. And I want you to help me to come up with a message for, our online church on a Monday morning with these principles. Now, what do you need from me to be able to help serve you best to bring out the information so we can create that message together? So I've told it to act like specific sort of characters, and then I've gone through and given it very clear instructions of what I need from it. Then I've asked, what do you need from me to help me to give you the right information? And what I'm finding is that that'll basically then pump out these 5 or 6 different questions. And then I just get on my voice notes and I answer those questions via a voice note. And so it's basically picking up my tonality and my body, my body language and my words that I use in that voice note. I then upload that voice note as a transcribe to be able to help answer its questions. And that's been a very powerful way to be able to help get where I need to be after sort of stacking the prompts, 4 or 5, 6 different prompts into it to be able to come up with the end result. That's just one way that I've started using, ChatGPT, especially. And that you have to have the paid version of ChatGPT to be able to upload any sort of attachment, especially voice notes. But like transcribed voice notes is becoming a really powerful tool. And essentially, that's how I wrote my book. I got the 5-day boot camps that we'd done in the past and published those as transcribes and uploaded that to ChatGPT and got it to help me write a book. And now we've got a 180-page book running around there, serving the world, teaching people our top tips around social selling and AI mastery. So Jade, what's just some of the quick basic steps that you could have, like something like that, to be able to help people leverage AI in that space from a branding point of view, to help them keep their brand authentic? And then we'll look at wrapping up and we'll share with our amazing community what we've got coming up next week.
Yeah, for sure. First of all, I just want to jump in here and say, and sort of just voice that big elephant in the room, that AI doesn't work without a human behind it. And so many people think that they can just jump in and start, getting or creating content for their social media without actually teaching it anything. And this is where you get all the generic crap that just comes out from it, and using words like dive and there's so many different words and they're cringy words, right?
Folks.
Whenever you see them, it's like, oh, okay, so that's written by AI, and there's really not much effort into it. But I think one of the biggest things is when you have trained it, and if you are learning to train it, again, I'm going to promote your program, Jeff, and I'm not trying to pitch anything here at all, or mention the birthday sale that we have on at the moment. I'm just going to throw that in there anyway.
Really? Do we have one?
But we are a product of the product, okay? So Dave and I did Jeff's course in the very beginning, and it helped create clarity on everything. I was in the middle of rebranding, and it just gave me so much clarity on who my target audience was, which way I wanted to go in my content, like the direction that I wanted to go in the content. And really just finding that authenticity and being yourself is probably the biggest tip that I can give anyone in when you are using any form of AI, whether it's in imagery or AI like for content, for creating whatever it is that you want to be creating. If you want to be creating an email marketing campaign, like, you need to tell it what you want it to do. Okay, so there's always that human behind everything that AI has to offer, right? So that's probably, I don't know if I've sort of explained that clearly, but that's one of my biggest tips is just be yourself.
Yeah.
And really, if it's not picking up on what you're putting down, just say no and reword it to the way that you want and tell it off. Like say, no, this is how I want this done, or this is the content that I want to create. And then it will align more with your values, your mission, everything that you've got and what you portray.
Yeah. One of the, as a coach in this space now for the last 12 months, one of the things that I come across time and time and time again is people get scared to think they're going to break it. And like, it's so far from the truth. You can't break AI. And I find that's just a conditioning of, you know, our way that we've been brought up. You know, like we can't do X, Y, Z because we're going to break stuff. Well, this is something that I would encourage you to get in and just have a play. You know, don't be afraid to try and break it, because the more that you correct it, the more that it will serve you down the long road. And it'll actually, you know, the more that you adjust it, you revise it, the actual better and healthier it is for it to, you know, to be able to understand how it could serve you, because sometimes it needs to know what not to do, right? And so I think this is probably a very equivalent to like parenting. You know, we've got to teach it, we've got to educate it to be able to serve us, and it's AI plus our heart equals our superpower. And I think that's probably the biggest lesson that we're all bringing home here is, yes, AI is a very powerful tool. Yes, it can go against you if you don't lay the foundations, and, you know, basically garbage in, garbage out. But if you put great stuff in, you're going to get even better stuff out. And just take the time to play with it, to get familiar with it, and you know, experiment with it. You know, each one of us here, we're that's what we've done. You know, we've laid the foundations. We've understood that it needs specific data to be able to help us, and then we've just gone and experimented, and we've done some pretty cool things together. So, Jade, without giving it away too much, what are you most excited about what we're about to launch next week?
Oh, this is going to be next level. Oh, I don't know if I can say too much because I might blurt something out that I'm not supposed to.
It's all good. I'm about to spill the beans anyway, so.
You know what? I think what we've been working towards, you know, there's been a lot that we've accomplished with our 3-day free challenge, the boot camp, and now we're just going next level. And it is going to be next level, and yeah, I'm just excited for it all, to be honest.
Yeah.
This is going to change things for people in a big way. It's going to help you master AI. It's going to go more into social selling, live masterclasses from, I don't know, all three of us sitting in here. Yeah, I think I better just zip my mouth now. Otherwise, I'm going to rattle on and about everything.
And Dave, what are you most excited about the possibilities with where we're about to launch?
Well, I'll just say AI Dave. That way I don't give anything away.
Now you can't tell. Is this the real Dave? Is the real Dave here, or is it AI Dave?
You never know. That's the secret behind the sauce. No, I'm just excited knowing what's about to happen and what people are going to get from that. It's probably the simplest form, and being able to say it without giving too much away. Otherwise, yeah, an hour later we'll still be rambling on. You know me. Or AI Dave, whichever.
Ruin our big launch, right?
Well, could be my clone, or it could be me. I'm not sure.
Will the real Dave Miller please stand up?
Yes, Slim Shady, exactly.
Yeah. And guys, I got to say, I'm very excited myself too, because this is where we evolve. This is where we go next level, and we have a bigger, wider impact. And so excited to be able to partner up with the both of you to really, you know, shine your genius zone into this space. and see you guys step up and serve. Like, you have been in the background for a little while now, and it's been good to see you step up on these panels with me now for the last few weeks. And that's what I'm most excited about. This is a collaborative project, and we're here to help serve our community, you know. And yeah, the Laptop Lifestyle Dad, that's me, and that's where it all started. But it's not just me anymore. It's us. And I'm really excited about that side of things, because I know that we're all got something that we can bring to the community here and really serve in a really powerful way. You know, if you're looking for somewhere that's a community that's got your back every step of the way, no matter whether you're just starting out in this AI social selling journey, or you're an intermediate like Dave and Jade were, you know, been in the game for a few years, but wanted to just get that support to go next level, so you really step up and specialize, or you're a seasoned pro, or you're an aspiring coach, or whatever you are, and in between that, you know, we've got something here for you. There really is going to be a clear roadmap to success, and our mission that we're playing here is to help our people make their first $10,000 a month online, so they can, you know, learn how to master social selling, learn how to master AI, so they can create that laptop lifestyle for themselves, right? That's what we're playing here. And, you know, mastering AI and social selling, they're just skill sets to be able to help serve that mission. And the vision that we're playing here is we want to be able to see at least 1,000 families, 1,000 mums, 1,000 dads, you know, here in the next 12 months, really step up to that mark and be, you know, claiming that I'm here to make $10,000 a month. Now, if that happens the next 12 months, great. That's an ambitious goal. Aim for the moon. If we miss, we land amongst the stars. If that happens in the next 5 years, then okay, cool. Whatever it takes is, but that's the game we're here to play. And so we're here to help you develop your personal brand. We're here to help you to leverage AI and social selling to help you step up and create a niche community. And that looks like an email list. That could look like a Facebook group. That could look like whatever, right? It's to help you step up and become an influencer, a micro influencer. You only need probably like 500 Facebook friends of people who are following you, and you're serving, and you're a micro influencer. I really believe the future of digital marketing is online influencer marketing. You know, Facebook ads and pay-per-click ads and, you know, SEO and all that, like, they're great. They'll serve you, but it's getting really, really competitive in that space, and it's really, really noisy in that space. I believe that there are ways to help you to, you know, scale up, but to get started, you know, learning how to really master social selling and personal branding and organic marketing, I really believe is the future of online marketing. And you've got a powerhouse team here that can really help serve you in that space. Now, the strengths that I bring to this table is strategy, and is in coaching and helping to lay the foundations, and you know, really putting in, you know, clear, predictable pipelines of the customer value journey. You know, being able to take a step back and look at the 10,000 foot view of any business model and say, okay, cool, this is what we need to do to create awareness. This is what we need to do to get engagement, to build a relationship with people and start to develop that following and build that community. You know, if you want to have an online presence, you need to become someone who's worth following, right? And so AI is a way to help you to develop your personal brand, but it's also a way to help you to serve your niche community. And that's what we're all about here. Is it's about leading with value-based content. That's attraction marketing 101. So if you're looking for a community that really wants to help step up and serve you in that space, you're in the right place. And so we're going to have something for everybody, no matter where you're at in that journey. And I'm not going to give away everything right now, but just to tell you, like, we've got our pipeline dialed in. If you're looking for a free Facebook group, great. Just go to Laptop Lifestyle Dads, you know, social selling and AI mastery for network and affiliate marketers Facebook group. You're going to see masterclasses galore in there. You're going to see Dave put in his daily, well, not necessarily daily, but you're going to see Dave put in his AI tips in there. You're going to see Jade step in there and start sharing some stuff in there as well as me. And we're going to be able to create an amazing community There'll be, if you need support, need questions, want to celebrate, whatever that looks like, it's the community side of it, right? And so that's going to be our free Facebook group. And I'll bring in other guest experts, and we'll host our podcast here, and just like we are today. And that's what you'll get from that free level of the Facebook group. The next level is going to become what we call our tripwire product. In marketing terms, it's called. Yeah, Ryan Dice used to call it a tripwire. So a tripwire is something that's an impulse buy. It's like low cost but high value, and it's a no-brainer decision. So, think of your own pipelines. What is something that you can create that helps people go from a free community, a free lead, to a first-time paying customer? And, in 16 years I've been doing this now, a tripwire product, an impulse buy product, is the best way to do that. It's much easier to sell to someone, that you've sold a $97 product to, and then go and upsell to $1,000 than it is to go from $3 to $1,000. It's too big of a jump, right? So the old saying there, it's much easier to sell to the customer the third, the second, the fourth, the fifth time than it is to sell the first time. So we're going to deliver an amazing product that's going to serve our needs in that space, but also it's probably going to give you so much value that you've never seen from us before for pennies on the dollar. And so we're about to launch that. We're taking away our free boot camps. We've replaced that with our free Facebook group. But what we're about to do with the free boot camps and enhance that and go next level, well, you make sure you want to watch this space for Tuesday next week, October 1st. We're about to launch a massive thing that, probably the biggest thing that we've ever launched here in the Laptop Lifestyle Dads community. And then on the back of that, we've got our signature program. We're about to wrap up our birthday bonanza special. So right now, you can get 50% off on the $500 product, which is the bigger pack, and our better pack for the $1,500 product. Jade, I got it right this time. So 50% off on the 500 or 50% off on the 1,500. And as Jade and Dave have been sharing throughout this pedal episode, you can get that for $250 or $750. And so yes, that is US dollars. Look, guys, I'm open to doing payment plans, very short-term payment plans if needed, if that's required. Reach out to us. Let's have a conversation. That wraps up at the end of this month. You'll never see that deal ever again. That's the best you've ever going to see this, and it'll be gone. Bye-bye. So if you're looking to really master personal branding and you're leveraging AI to help support you in that space, if you're looking to really create an amazing community of people who know, like, and trust you, who follow you because you serve them, because you're being solution-based, not product-based, and you're looking to develop long-term, fundamental, foundational skill sets to be able to help you to sell anything that you want online, then this is the course for you. If you're looking to develop a customer value journey blueprint for your own personal business, this is the course for you. Doesn't matter whether you're a network marketer, an affiliate marketer, an aspiring coach, whatever it is, this is going to help you develop your personal brand, help you to create a niche community, and help you to really dial in your customer value journey blueprint, master the AI tools in this space to be able to serve that and go next level. These are the skill sets that everybody needs to learn when they jump in and do online business. I've been looking at all the other coaches in this space and what makes us different. It's that we teach you the basics. We teach you the missing pieces that a lot of other coaches won't even go near because they always want you to come back to them for something. There's always something missing because they don't give you these foundational skill sets on how to develop a clear mission statement, how to develop core values, how to develop your own personal brand, and those fundamental online skills that are necessary for success online, because they want you to keep coming back for them. They give you 90%, but they leave that 10% back. Guys, we give you everything. And by the time you come out the other end of this program, you'll have the foundational skill sets to be able to go do like Jade's done and step up and rebrand herself as the systems and funnels queen. Go do like what Dave's done. Instead of trying to be a website developer for every other website developer out there and are lost to the noise, now worked out where his niche audience is and how he can be unique in serving them. And he's one of the only probably the top 3 guys in the world that I know that what he can do in the AI custom GPT space. And I would say he's probably better than the other 2, you know, because he's been able to step in and own that in his unique right to be able to develop and carve out how he can serve his community in that space. So much so that I love what Jade and Dave were doing, that I brought him into the team here, and now we're collaborating and we're doing things together. So that's the end result of what could be possible out of the signature program, guys. So birthday bonanza special. How many days we got left, Dave? 6?
Yep.
6 days left. Once it's gone, it's gone. You'll never see it again. Before we wrap up, Dave, final words of wisdom, mate, you know, around everything that we've just discussed today. What's sort of been your final words of wisdom before we wrap up?
Don't be a tool, use the tools. One of your favorite sayings. And I'm just so excited about what's about to happen. As of the 1st of October next week, you better buckle yourselves in, because it's going to be one hell of a ride. That's all I can say. You know, if you want to learn this shit, get the $250 or your $750 out your tight asses and pay for it, because man, it's worth every cent of it. Like, you know, I don't know, I can't even remember what it cost me, but if I had the money, I'd pay for it again. So, you know, if I had to, I've got the experience now. I don't need to pay for it again. And, you know,
call a spade, mate.
Exactly. Like, it's just, cut the shit, get your fucking checkbook out, as they say, and write the check or pay the credit card or whatever you need to do. But if you want to actually learn this shit and you want to learn it properly from people that actually give a shit about you and will help you achieve it, then this is where you need to be. And that's, of course, you need to do. And that's as simple as that. There's no bullshit. I'm sick of all these people with their fluffy, shiny freaking toys and all the rest of the bullshit that, you know, basically are full of shit. And, they say they can do this, they say they can do that. Well, what can they do? Sweet FA most of the time. And there's a few good people out there that are around and sort of associate with this community as well that are brilliant and I admire and look up to. But man, there are so many people out there just full of shit. And
look, it's a wild west.
I'm getting to the point where I'm sort of getting over it, and I just, want to grab 100,000 people and grab them and stick them in some cotton wool and say, slap, slap, slap. This is where you need to be. This is where you're going to get what you need. Just do it. Stop being idiots and being Nike people and do it. Yeah. That's it. I'll shut up now.
Appreciate you, man. Jade, what are your final words of wisdom?
I would just say that, building your authentic personal brand, you're just going to be real. You're going to be raw. You're going to be vulnerable. And, and just sharing your journey. We all have stories, right? And learning how to tell them stories. People love reading stories or listening to stories, right? Stories sell. So when you're creating your content, you want that caterpillar to that cocoon, to that butterfly state, right? You want to take people on a journey when they're reading your content. From where you started off to where you are now, like what happened in between. It's really resonates with the people who who are reading your content, and it hits home for them and they go, fuck, that's me.
Yeah.
Right.
Great excuse to listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
Stories compel, like, facts tell. And it's something just to bring that home, like reflecting on that with the whole caterpillar butterfly sort of conversation. We want to speak to where people are at their journey. I want to speak to their heart and have them nodding their head and going, yeah, that's me. And basically relating and resonating, where they're at. And we're all somebody's guide. You'll hear me say that time and time and time again. And, the only way that you should ever really engage with any coach is if you can see where they are at, where you want to be, and they've done the hard yards to get there, right? Because that's what any good coach will do, right? is they're the guide, that'll help you to avoid the death-defying cliffs or the pitfalls or something like that. Or they know the hard seasons that you've got to walk through, and will walk through that with you. At times, carry you if needed, but also kick your ass with love if needed. I've done that several times with both of you, and
we've given it back too.
Given it back, right too. It becomes that two-way symbiotic relationship, and that's that definitely that coaching element. But yeah, we're all somebody's guide, and this is probably I suppose developing your personal brand is when reflecting on that, that's a pretty vague topic in itself, because to develop your personal brand, you've got to get clarity on your self-identity. You got to get clarity on your strengths. You got to get clarity on your weaknesses and everything in between, right? And how you can grow where you want to be, where you're at right now, the gap that's going to require to get there. They're all things that don't get necessarily talked about in personal branding. But these are all the deep things that get developed as our personal brand grows. And that's what excites me the most right now when I reflect on this, is we could teach you all the technical and the strategies and the tips and all of that sort of thing. But when you develop your personal brand, you're actually developing you and bringing out the best version of you. And that excites me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Guys,
Definitely.
Absolute pleasure always, jump you on. It was actually Jade's idea to be able to do these panels together, just to sort of show a bit more of a human element to what we have to do. And it's a brilliant idea. Thank you, Jade.
Yes.
Those of you who are watching along, I think you see we've got Bruno, we've got Jaya, we've got Shane. Thank you guys. We've got Monty, we've got Marabou. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is going to be live as a podcast episode as well. So absolute pleasure. We're going to do these once a week, same time, same place, 12 p.m. Sydney time, every Tuesday. Now, I do believe we've got a daylight savings change coming up for people like Dave. Actually, no, it's us that changed the time. It's Dave. It's Dave.
I just stay my authentic self. You don't have to go and change the world, huh?
Yeah.
It's something that I would debate upon, is we should stay in daylight savings all year round. I love daylight savings.
Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments below, guys. You like daylight savings or not?
Yeah, don't bring that up in Queensland. That's a whole year's worth of pain and suffering. That is.
Is it what?
All right, guys. Well, let's call this a wrap. Thank you very much for you listening in. If you're watching the replay, let us know where you're tuning in from the world. If you're listening to the podcast, or you're watching the podcast, because we do host it on YouTube, let us know in the comments what you have liked about today's episode. And if you've got any tips to share with us in the AI personal branding space on how you can keep your brand authentic, we would love to hear from you as well.
Yeah,
All right,
or
guys.
any questions as well. If you've got any questions, drop them in the comments. We'll drop the links that we discussed earlier on in the comments as well.
Yeah, please do. And also, if you'd love us to, spotlight a topic, or burning questions or something like that, let us know. And also we'll probably do some little bit of hot seat coaching and a bit of Q&A style stuff coming up in the near future as well. Just throwing it out there. And I'll also just throw this out to mid-October. I'm going to be MIA. I'm going to be completely offline for about 2 weeks. These kids are probably going to play crazy games.
What can we get up to this time?
Hey?
Oh yeah.
When Dad's away, the kids will play. But I'll leave that up to them. You're in great hands, guys.
Yeah.
Love to see you. Stay caffeinated. Stay legendary. We'll see you on the next episode.
Now for some exciting news. Don't forget to grab our new book that just launched, Social Selling and AI Mastery for Network Marketers. It's jam-packed with actionable insights and success stories to help you to elevate your game. And whilst you're here, make sure you've joined our Facebook group, the Laptop Lifestyle Dads Legends, Social Selling and AI Mastery for Network and Affiliate Marketers. This is your go-to place to transform your approach to online business with cutting-edge strategies and practical tips. Whether you're just starting out or you're looking to up your game, this is for you. So why join? Well, it's simple. We're here to empower and equip you to achieve true freedom and success in your business. Learn how to balance the chaos of the mum-dad life while mastering social selling and AI. So go ahead, hit subscribe button. Don't miss any future episodes. If you've loved what you heard, leave us a review and share with your fellow legends. Let's grow our community together, stay caffeinated, stay inspired, and keep making memories. Cheers, legends, and we'll see you on the next episode.